Hey everybody, I am back again to show you guys something new that I've been working on. So I actually was waiting until the binder itself arrived to show this, and I know I have not shown a lot of progress on my 151 binder, and that's because it has gotten a little expensive to collect 151 at the moment. So I am looking for a way to, you can see my pup right in the back here. She's very excited too for today's video. I have been looking for a way to kind of trade my way for the last couple cards I need. I will be outright buying the Charizard at some point because it's pretty much, I've managed to, I'm all over the place, sorry. I've somehow managed to pull every single SIR out of that set out of a pack. Every single one of them, except for the Charizard. I don't know how. I don't know why. I'm not going to question how or why. I didn't even open a ton of 161, of 151 or anything like that. But I've somehow gotten lucky enough to pull the majority of the art rares and all the SIRs except for Charizard. So that will be a definite complete one day. I am just looking for a way, an alternative way to get the art rares and that last SIR that I need. However, for today's video, speaking of special illustration rare Pokemon cards, I have started scooping these up off eBay. They are unbelievably cheap, and these are slept on so hard. It's crazy. I don't understand the absolute hatred for these cards that people have in English. I have seen countless Pokemon investment channels completely say these things are terrible, not that they're worthless because of how cheap they are at the moment, but I don't think people understand that. They're cheap right now because Scarlet and Violet is in a healthy spot where there is a lot of product on the shelf and everyone has a chance to pull one. And let's be real, there are a few SIRs of some Pokemon that people might not care much for, and I understand why those Pokemon would be very, very cheap at the moment. And I'm actually going to show you guys a bunch of cards I purchased recently on eBay. I have not spent over $10 for a single one of these. In fact, the majority of these I have grabbed. If I didn't pull them myself personally, I pretty much paid less than $8 for each of them. The only one, I have one that's still on its way here. I unfortunately think it might have gotten lost in the mail. It is the Ice Cube one. And I also have doubles of some of these as well because I've pulled multiples of certain cards and I just can't find them at the moment. For instance, you'll see here, I bought this Great Tusk, and then I pulled one almost immediately after buying it. I was so disappointed and so upset. I purchased this one. Actually, I have pulled 3 copies of and I currently can't find my other 2. They are definitely probably in like an ETB box somewhere, or probably somewhere just shoved after we moved. They got thrown. Oh, hi, sweetie. Probably got shoved somewhere after we moved, which is fine. It'll turn up eventually. I'm not worried about it. And so with that, I actually don't currently own the Miraidon. I will be buying that one very soon. I have pulled this Gardevoir right here on the channel, in fact. I've even pulled that very Koraidon right here on the channel as well. Another one, I got this one. I don't remember if I pulled this on the channel or not, but we would definitely, that was pulled out of a pack, as was this one. That was pulled on the channel. I know that for sure. I purchased Spidops, less than $3. Iron Treads, less than $4. Revavroom, I don't even think this one was $3. I think I paid like $1.50 for this. What else we got here? Pidgeot EX. Now, however, that was one that did cost me a few dollars. That was about $8 when I purchased it. I don't know how much it's going for currently. Tapu Koko is going for about $15. We did pull that one, but not on the channel personally. And Mew EX, which is awarded in every single ETB. I also have the Tulip SIR, and I also have Grusha's SIR, and not to mention all of the alternate art-esque V cards from Crown Zenith are technically considered SIRs as well. That is where this all began, I believe. And I don't know if I'm going to go for those just yet. They're still pretty cheap also. So I'm probably going to go for, maybe at some point I'll go for those before they start going up. All in all, oh, and I also got this one in the mail today, which is why it's separated. This is the Jack SIR. These cards are slept on. Pokemon investors, I'm not going to say they don't know what they're talking about. They study the market a lot closer than I am. I just severely disagree that that Pokemon's in a junk wax era like they're claiming. I think the Pokemon hobby, being someone, by the way, who has been playing since base set came out in America when I was a child, Pokemon is in an extremely healthy spot right now. Pokemon has always been a game for the player and for children outside of collectors, which is why I actually think they even introduced cards like this, because now it's a little bit more for collectors, and it's amazing. It just doesn't make anyone happy. There's too many people that think that if a card isn't worth like $100, it's not worth it. Not worth it. You're going to see, I guarantee you at some point, it may not be right away, but at some point, these cards will go up in value. I have a feeling we will see buyouts of these cards one day once they become a little scarcer and harder to get, when Scarlet and Violet base and such start going out of print. And honestly, it's fine if it takes a little while for these cards to grow in value. I personally just suggest getting them right now while they're cheap. I bought a beautiful 4-pocket binder for these things. Oh, I also have the Miriam one, by the way. It's not shown here because I actually have it locked away because I pulled it when it was like about like $120. It goes for about $20 now, which I think is a fair price for it. But I have that as well. And I also definitely have one or two other ones that we pulled. Of course, none from Temporal Forces. We opened 40 packs from that set, but didn't pull a single one. But that's beyond anything. Regardless, I bought a beautiful 4-pocket binder for these things. It was supposed to be here by now. The Amazon guy's taking a little bit longer than I thought he would, and that's fine. It's whatever. It'll look great when it's set up, and I'll make another video when it's all set up for everyone. That's really about it. SIR cards are slept on hard. I will stand by that until the end of time. In fact, I want to say Scarlet and Violet as a whole is slept on pretty hard. I feel like it's gotten such a harsh, it gets such a harsh like treatment, and such a negative tone is always applied to it by weird people who joined during the Battle Styles era and don't really know much about Pokemon cards. But yeah, that's really about it. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you have the spare change, buy some of these cards before they go up. Throw them in a binder. They're great. They look pretty. They'll be great trade fodder one day. And that's about it. Thank you so much for supporting and hanging out with me today, guys. I'm going to cut the video here. Please like, subscribe, comment. Whatever you do helps, even if you just watch the video. And that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next one.